So good evening. Sorry for the lateness. I was making a nice cup of tea. It is a cup of tea as well. You can see the steam coming off of that. No rum and coke at the minute. So yeah, I apologise. But we're going to speak about a couple of things actually. I went with the Bellerin story as the main one I'll speak about. But I'm going to speak about Guendouzi as well and Saka. But we'll start off with Bellerin. He seems to be like the mouthpiece for the squad. He's like, oh yes, we're all united. We're all united. Well, if we were all united, we wouldn't be 10th. Let's be real. See, I don't know why they keep putting him out to speak to everyone. It's like, mate, you say the same thing every time. Doesn't matter who the manager is. Why are you still saying these things? It's quite clear we're not united. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sat 10th in the table with 6 wins this season. You said we was united under Unai Emery and under Freddie. You even said we was united under Arsene Wenger once upon a time. So we're not quite united, are we? If we was united, we'd have more than 6 wins on the table this season. We wouldn't have been drawn FC or draw FC, and we'd be doing a lot better. And you know, it's all well and good coming out and speaking. I said this the other day, so I don't want to kind of repeat myself on this, but you know, these players talk way too much, way too much. I know they have to go out and do their media duties. I get that. It's probably part of their contract and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily blame the players. I blame the people putting the questions to them. And I said this the other day as well. These people that are putting the questions to them are dinosaurs. They're useless. They have not got a clue what the fans want to hear and the answers that the fans want. I don't care that Hector Bellerin comes out and says we're united. The fact and reality is we're clearly not. So why don't somebody ask him a different question? I don't know. What was so different about going to Dubai this time that's going to make you come back and play better? Why don't somebody ask him that? What did you do in the training camp in Dubai that makes you see a vision of what Arteta wants? Why didn't he answer that? Why didn't he get asked that? You know, what about, you've only won 6 games all season. Obviously, you've been out injured for most of it. But where do you think we can finish this season? And what makes you think that we can suddenly fly up the table? That's a question I'd like to know the answer to, because we've only got a few games left of the season, 13 league games left. Wolves, Leicester, Tottenham, Liverpool, Man City, Everton. Well, there's half the games gone straight away. And we're up against teams that are higher up in the table than us. So does anyone actually think that we're going to beat all of them teams and get enough points to slide up the table? Because based on the whole season so far, and I know Arteta's only been a little part of it, based on the table so far, we haven't really been great, have we? We haven't been great at all. So why don't they stop asking the same generic questions and stop giving us the same generic answers? And we might actually move forward. We might actually get some answers. I see something the other day, the Man United footballer Fred. He came out and said exactly what Man United fans wanted to hear. He came out and said, there's a big divide at the moment. Players are not playing as a team. They're playing as individuals. There's some big egos in the camp. And it's not good enough. We need to do better. Well, why don't our players come out and say that? You know, why don't our players come out and actually be genuinely honest instead of, oh, this is nice. I'm actually going to read you what Bellerin said. I'll read it out. He said, and I quote, if I can find it, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Everything about Dubai was really positive. I'm happy with all the boys, and they're happy as well. He then went on to say, after all the staff came in, it was also a chance for us to get together. Not just with people you play with, but with people you work with every single day. Overall, it's been very good. This is the second time I've come here. The last time I came, I was going through my rehab, and they made it really easy for me to get better. It was also great to train with this great weather and people around us, and everything is taking place for us. It's not just a holiday. It's not a holiday, sorry. We came here to work, and they've made it very good for us to be here and enjoy our time. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your time, mate. I'm glad that you had a great holiday, because it was a holiday, let's be real. If it wasn't a holiday, they would have stayed at London Colney and done it. You know, so it was a jolly up. I see that Iwobi and Saka, the Crystal Palace centre-back, were in the same hotel as them the other day. They're going to have a jolly up with their pals. because there was a few other teams gone over to Dubai as well. So they can dress it up any which way they want. So obviously they've gone into training. Don't get me wrong. They've done their job. But it was a holiday. And if it wasn't a holiday, they would have stayed at home. So why are they lying? You know, why would Alex Iwobi go to the hotel? I think it was the 5 Palm Jumeirah. Why would he go to the hotel to meet up with all of his pals that he used to play with? Why would he do that? Because they've obviously spoken to each other. Oh, yeah, we're going to Dubai. Oh, yeah, we're going to Dubai. Oh, cool. Let's have a little meet up. No, you're there to train. You're there to work. You're there to get your head set and ready for the game. And I'm not saying they can't have a social life. I'm far from it. Yeah, but at the end of the day, these players have got to take responsibility for their performances and their actions this season. Not him. Yeah, I'm going to give him a pass because he's been injured for most of it. Yeah, I don't think he's played hardly any of the season at all, has he? 3 games or whatever it is, yeah? So they've shoved him out there. There you go. You go out there, Hector. The fans like you. They all wanted you to be captain. So you get yourself out there, mate. Yeah, and come on. This club know what they're doing. They ain't fooling me. They will not fool me. Right, at the end of the day, it's all well and good coming out with stuff like that. Fair play. He's not going to come out and say, oh, we're shit, is he? Let's be real. But I'd like him to come out and do something and say something like Fred did with Man United the other day and just be genuinely honest. Thank you, C-Law AFC, for being the latest member to the channel. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. I will come to some comments very shortly, but that does disappear off the screen. But yeah, I'd like them to be open and honest. Obviously, they're not going to come out and say, well, yeah, Arteta ain't really done anything different. I know they ain't going to say that. But come out and say what we need to hear. Because let's be real here. Aaron Ramsey left this football club. I've seen people begging him. Literally begging him. Oh, come back home, Aaron. Come back home. No, don't come back home. Go wherever you want. Don't come back to us. Good player, not a great player. Didn't get us anywhere near a title. You ain't required here, my friend. Yeah, FA Cup legend and all that. Loved him for the FA Cup goals. But no. We need better than that. And this is where I get the ump. Because it's a nice environment. Oh, it was lovely. It was so nice to go to Dubai in the nice weather. Yeah, it's not like you can't fucking go every weekend when we ain't got a game, is it, Hector? You're minted, bruv. Jump on a private jet and off you go. Oh, it was lovely to work with all the staff. Yeah, really? Why didn't you all work for your boss last time round then? Why did you all down tools for him? Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? It just fucking winds me up. Like, I get the ump when some of these journalists, and I blame the journalists more than the players. The players are never going to bag their manager. I get that, right? But when you've got a player at Man United who's a bigger club than us, the biggest club in England, one of the biggest, if not the biggest in the world, right? And you've got one of their players that they pay £52 million coming out and saying, we're not good enough. Some of the players in this squad are playing for themselves rather than playing for the team. There's an attitude problem at the club. And we're not united, basically, was what he was saying. How comes he can do that? But all of our players are, oh, it's fantastic. We're all united. We're so united. Really had a really good trip in Dubai. We weren't on holiday, though. Why did he drop that in there then? Come on. Hector, I've got a question for you. Why didn't Arteta bin you off and buy Max Aarons? Give him the red card, McMahon. It's harsh. Give him the red card. It's true, though, right? Like, you know, I don't understand how our players always come out and say it's rosy and it's great. It clearly isn't. So start saying it as it is. I see something earlier. Somebody sent me. And an ex-player of this football club was on a podcast the other night. And he told the person who runs the podcast, Sonny, yeah, he told him, sorry, I've got an itchy eye. He told him, I'm not answering questions on this season. Why? Why are you not answering questions on this season? You don't play for the club. Why would you not answer questions on that? Listen, big up Nigel Winterburn, by the way. Loved him as a player. Why aren't you taking questions on this season? What are you hiding? Oh, I forgot. You fuck your perks up at the club, wouldn't you, mate? Yeah, same as Bobby Pires, yeah? If Pires comes out and slags him off, he ain't getting a freebie to Singapore. And this is fucking exactly why this club stinks. Because you've got the players now, you've got some of the ex-players, if not all of them, bit apart from maybe Kevin Campbell, who actually says it as it is. But most of them, Tony Adams says it as it is most of the time, to be fair to him. Manu Petit, there or thereabouts. But other than that, none of these ex-players or current players say it as it is. Somebody's asking me in the comments here, Daniel Martin, how do you know they're not telling the truth? Because we're 10th in the league, mate, and we've won 6 out of 25 games. How are they united? Come on, seriously. And if you can throw at me, oh, but Arteta's only had 7 games. Yeah, we've won 1 of them. We've won 1 of them. So it's all well and good being united. You can't tell me that this team, is a 10th in the table team. They're better than 10th, right? So they're clearly not united, are they? Because if they were united, they'd be higher up the table. They'd be getting results. Were they united when they were walking around the pitch against Burnley? Because some of them were walking around the pitch against Burnley. But because it's Arteta, oh, it's all right, we'll give him a pass. It's Arteta. Arteta's picked them players. That's all right. Why did Torreira get dropped? You know, why aren't these questions that are getting asked to the manager and to the players? It's because the media that go and ask these questions, it's the same journalists week in, week out at every press conference. And they've been doing that job for as long as I've been alive. Yeah, they're old, washed up dinosaurs that just write. I'll give you an example, right? This article that I've read, where I just read that quote from Bellerin, right? The headline reads as follows. Hector Bellerin explains how Mikel Arteta has united the Arsenal squad and playing staff during the Dubai trip, right? You then scroll down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs before you get to the quote. Why? Why do we need to read 5 paragraphs? We just want to know exactly what he said. And that, for me, is why journalism is dying out in this country. Because we don't need to know that the squad were put through their paces in the Middle East training ground. Well, how do you know that? Because they weren't going to let you watch training, were they? So how do you know they were put? So that's a lie. Right? Then you go back to Arsenal have been over in Dubai for the last week in the warm weather training camp and returned to England on Tuesday. Yeah, we know. So why have you told us that? Like, and you just read all the way down. You go past 4 different pop-ups, along the way. Like some serial killer pop-up. I don't know what that's all about. Then you've got a picture gallery. Then it comes to the quote. And if you go to every single journalist that does written journalism, right, they all write exactly the same way. They give you the headline. They then do 5 paragraphs of absolute crap. Oh, like Unai Emery the other day. Unai Emery lambasts the Arsenal players. Then it's Unai Emery was sacked as Arsenal manager. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking who cares? Get to the point. And that is why their clicks are getting less and less and less. This is why you get players coming out that say the same generic crap because they're being asked the same generic crap. Yeah, get some fresh people in that mix it up a little bit. You know, I just think it's ridiculous. Like, you know, it's clearly not a united camp. He can say what he wants. Yeah, maybe he feels united, and fair play to him. He's played well for the 3 games he's played this season, back to back to back. Good luck to him. Off the back of a nasty injury, I hope he continues to play well, because if he does, we'll be a bit better defensively, hopefully. But at the same time, it's not a united camp. And I'd rather, and I think 99% of fans that don't live in a bubble of delusion that everything's A-OK at happy, nice Arsenal, the friendly club, I think everybody would rather a player come out and say, do you know what? It's not a united camp. We're trying to make it a united camp, but there's a lot of issues at the club. There's a lot of turmoil at the club. Some of the players are coming down to the last year of their contract or last 18 months of their contracts. We're not sure what's going to happen to them, but we're just trying to focus on the next game, which is Newcastle. We've worked hard this week in training, and we're going to give a performance for the fans this weekend. If they come out and said that and then backed that up by giving a performance against Newcastle, everyone would go, do you know what? He was spot on when he said that. So next time he does an interview, I'll be inclined to believe what he says. But when this guy has come out under 4 managers or 3 managers and said, oh, we're united. Yeah, we've trained really hard. It definitely weren't a holiday in Dubai, mate. Why would I believe him? Like, come on, seriously. But anyway, let's move on. Let's go on to, what should we go on to next? Let's go on to Guendouzi. He's apparently in talks to renew his contract, which has triggered a lot of our fans, because a lot of our fans can't stand the geezer. I don't know why. I think he's all right. He's not going to get us to where we want to be. Don't get it twisted. But I think that this is good business from Arsenal to sign him up to a new deal, because come the summertime, other teams are going to come in and look at him. And we've just seen that Hakim Ziyech is going to Chelsea. He could have gone for 25 million in the summer. Instead, they signed him up to a new deal in the summer. He's now going for 38 million plus add-ons. So they protected their asset, and they invested a little bit more money into him this season, knowing that come the summer, he's going to Chelsea. That's good business. We've got players like Aubameyang, David Luiz, although he's only just joined, Socrates, Saka, and Saka I'm coming on to in a minute. Mesut Ozil, we won't go that route. We'll go down the other route of an Aubameyang. Aubameyang's coming into the last 18 months, or is in the last 18 months of his contract. So why haven't we done a new deal for him? Why has he not signed the new deal that we offered him? If we did offer him a new deal, why is that? Why is it that the Ajax can sign their top player up to a better pay deal and then sell him a year later, not even a year later, 8 months, 9 months later, for more money than they could have sold him for in the summer? They managed to keep hold of him, promise him that he can go, sign a new deal, we'll let you go next summer. Yeah, very similar to what Man United did with Ronaldo. Stay one more season, you go to Madrid. So how comes I've seen so many people today saying Guendouzi's crap, we shouldn't be signing him up, we should be selling him? Well, you cry out for players to sign contracts and stay at the club. Then when we offer the kid a contract, people get the ump. Well, don't mean he's staying just because he signs a contract, does it? It just means we can get more money for him if we want to sell him. I think that's a good bit of business. He's come in, he's been here 2 seasons nearly, he's played nearly 100 games for Arsenal. I think he's done all right. 20 years old, he ain't the greatest footballer. He ain't the worst footballer. He ain't our worst midfielder, put it that way. And I think that's good business. So I'm all for him signing a new contract. And then if we get a bid in the summer for 45 million, 40 million, whatever it may be, take it all day long. Thanks for the memories. See you later. Thanks for hanging out the car window against Tottenham in the 4-2. But let's move on to Saka. He's on $3,000 a week. 18 months left on his deal. And we haven't got anywhere near signing a new deal with him yet. They should have been strapping him up about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Whether that negotiation process has started, I don't know. But at the same time, if Liverpool are coming in for him and Bayern Munich are coming in for him, if you believe the reports that are out there today, why is he staying? Would you stay? Because I wouldn't. I'd be saying, see you later, banter club. I'm off, mate. I've got a career and I want to win trophies. So it's a short career for footballers. Jermaine Defoe was an Arsenal fan. He signed for Tottenham. Dennis Bergkamp was a Tottenham fan. He signed for Arsenal. So, just because you support the club and you've grown up at the club or whatever, don't mean you're staying. For me, I'd throw a deal at him for maybe 40 grand a week. I'd say, right, you're on 40 grand. Give him a little target for the season, for the next season, in terms of maybe appearances or goals or assists or something like that. And if he hits that, then the following season it'll go up to 60. Yeah, and then the following season it'll go up to 70 or 75. Then the following season, you'll be in your last season and we'll rejig it again. So I don't know, maybe do something like that. Because if Liverpool come in for him or Bayern Munich come in for him, that'd be very, very easy to say, see you later, Arsenal, regardless of how long he's been at the club. Cole Jenkinson was at the club for too long. I'm not putting him in the same bracket as him, but he loved the club. He grew up at the club. I've still seen people saying, oh, we shouldn't have got rid of him. I see that the other week. It was like, are you mad? Did you not watch Nottingham Forest the other night? Jesus Christ. Nottingham Forest fans all over social media going, why the fuck have we got him? Can't we send him back? Yeah, and that's Nottingham Forest. Some of our fans were like singing his name the other month when he was here last season. Jenko is a gooner. Yeah, whoopee-doo. He's not good enough. And this is why we are where we are. All of these little things, the generic answers from players, the generic questions from journalism, the fact that we mismanage our money, we spend more out on wages than Chelsea every single year. The fact that we hype up bang average crap and then expect us to win titles and trophies. All of these things put together are why we are failing. Yeah, and until we sort out all of these one by one, we're just constantly going to go between 5th and 10th. The other day I see saying that I think Inter Milan are top of the table in Italy. How comes Conte can take them from 21 points behind Juve and finish in 4th? In his first season, he goes and buys Lukaku, who everyone laughs at over here, who, by the way, has scored 20 league goals quicker than R9 Ronaldo, quickest in Inter Milan's history. But, oh, he wears Dr. Martin boots. Yeah, come on, seriously, the guy's a banger. Regardless of how many he misses, he is a decent striker. They bought Christian Eriksen for 16 million. They bought Ashley Young for 1.3 million. And how much they pay for Victor Moses? I think he was free, wasn't he? Add all of that together, they spent £80 million, and they're going from 4th, 21 points behind Juve with Ronaldo up front. And the great Aaron Ramsey, don't forget Ramsey, come back home, Aaron. And now they're top of the table. How can he do that? How can he do that? How can he take Chelsea from 10th to 1st? How could he take Juve from 7th to champions? How could he do that? He's done that with 3 different clubs now. Yeah, and we're sitting there going, oh, trust the process. Fuck the process. Go and do what's required, and we move up the table. If you don't do what's required and you keep backing the wrong players and keep backing the wrong fucking people by paying them the stupid money instead of binning them, we're never going to move forward. And if people want to side skirt it and sweep it under the carpet and say everything's rosy, like Bellerin's done, like a lot of our fans do, that's up to them. I ain't doing that. Syria is completely different. Free signings don't work here. Well, I disagree. If you go and get a proper free signing and pay the money to that player, it'll work, wouldn't it? Why didn't we go in for Eriksen? Are you telling me Eriksen's not better than Ozil? Why didn't we go in for him? Proving he can do it in the Premier League. Yes, he's had a shit season, so he didn't want to be there. So I don't know why we weren't after him. Ashley Young, granted, not good enough for Premier League anymore. Good enough for Italian League, yes. Not good enough for this league. Lukaku was a decent striker at West Brom. He was a decent striker at Everton. He was a decent striker even at Chelsea. Yeah, and obviously at Man United. And now he's gone to Inter Milan, and he is the quickest to 20. Think of the strikers they've had at Inter Milan. Adriano, R9, Ruben Sousa. They've had Crespo. They have had some sick strikers, and he's got to 20 league goals quicker than all of them. That is mental. Yeah, and I bet Man United fans, if you ask them and they actually come out genuinely without their biased bullshit head on, they'd say that they missed Lukaku this season because they don't score anywhere near enough goals. Same as us. Same as us. But anyway, that's enough ramblings. Yeah, Zlatan was at Inter as well. Yeah. See, look at the strikers. It's mad. In fact, I think I got the list. I screenshotted it the other day. It was mental. I was like, no way has he got to 20 goals quicker than all of them. That's crazy. Where is it? I'm sure I did it. There it is. I found it. So Lukaku's done it in 29 games. R9 done it in 31. Ruben Sousa 31. Crespo 36. Adriano 37. Militao and Palacio in 37. Christian Vieri, how could I forget him? Jesus Christ. He done it in 38 games, and Mauro Icardi done it in 39. So he has got 20 league goals quicker by 10 games than Icardi, who's just gone for the big dough to PSG. And yeah, Ronaldo, R9, he done it 2 games quicker than him and 2 games quicker than Ruben Sousa. That's crazy. A Man United fan, or Arsenal fan, sorry, were laughing, oh, Lukaku's useless. He couldn't trap a cold. Yeah, like couldn't trap a bag of cement. Yeah, it's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, afternoon to everybody, evening to everybody in the chat. 460 people watching this live. Slap the like button like we're going to slap Newcastle this weekend. That would be much appreciated. And I'm going to read some of your comments out. I'm in Switzerland and don't keep getting disconnected. What do you mean, bruv? What do you mean? There ain't no disconnections here, mate. Kerry, darling, I hope you're good. I hope you're good, babe. Lukaku is a better striker than Martial. Probably is, to be fair. Probably is. Samuel Eto'o. Yeah, see, Eto'o ain't even on the list. That's mad. Yeah, Eto'o was there, man. I wonder what Eto'o done it in. Tony Woodcock. Big up to big Tony Woodcock. Proper footballer. But this is what I was saying earlier, very quickly, Ryan. How comes Nigel Winterburn saying I'm not taking questions on this season? Why? You're going on a podcast, mate. You're going out to people on the internet. Why would you not answer questions on this season? And the only reason he's done that, yeah, and I know why he's done that. I know for a fact why he's done that. To keep it sweet with the club, just in case it gets back to the club that he said something he shouldn't have said. Yeah, because then it'd be, oh, well, no, we ain't inviting you again, mate. Because I know for a fact that Tony Adams does not, under Arsene Wenger for a long, long time, I don't know if it's changed now, the only way Tony Adams used to get an invite to that football club was if he was working for a media company. Yeah, Tony Adams, the same big Tony that's got a statue. He was banned from that football club and never invited to anything unless he was working for the media, i.e. A company out in Thailand or Singapore or Spain or wherever. And he was doing the commentary on the game or something. That was the only way our best ever captain, in my opinion he is, best ever captain, was allowed in that football stadium. That is a disgrace. But that is why people like him come out and say, oh, I can't answer questions, mate. I can't answer questions on this season. I don't want to upset him. I don't want to upset him. How about stop fucking, you've come on a podcast, say it as it is. If he had said that to me, straight up now, my daughter's life, if he had said, I'll come on your podcast, but I ain't answering questions on this season, I'd say, don't bother. Yeah, don't bother. Because if you ain't going to come on and be real, no point coming on. But anyway, Tony Adams told it like it was. Exactly. And that's why he weren't allowed at the ground, mate. I don't know if that's the case since Wenger's left, but I know for a fact the last few seasons under Wenger, he weren't allowed at the football ground. Unless he was working for media. Another Parler. Yeah, see, Parler's another one. Parler, Pires, all on the gravy train, mate. All of them. Paul Merson. At least Paul Merson. Paul Merson actually says it as it is. And he ain't even an Arsenal fan. He's a fucking Chelsea fan. At least he says what we want to hear. Like, and what it is. Yeah, he ain't dumb. He knows how it goes. Tony didn't start well at Arsenal either. He made us love him. Evening, Dan. Oh, bruv, he was a sick player, man. Best defender we've ever had. Best defender. The Millet 9257. Pony and Trap. Crap. Yeah, like most of our team. Wenger hated Adams. I don't know whether he hated him, but I don't think he liked what he said, like on TV and stuff like that. But there's loads of them out there, man. Righty, Parler, Pires. Fucking hell, they never say it as it is, yeah? They never do, yeah? Which is why I've got no respect for them, yeah? Because I know they're lying. Yeah? And they sit there and come out with the sitting on the fence one. Next thing, you see Ray Parler over in Singapore with his Arsenal polo shirt on, representing the club. He's over with the club. He's had a freebie over there. Let's do a shot. Fuck off, mate, yeah? Start saying it as it is. Best defender's about to become William Saliba. Well, I don't know if you've seen William Saliba, mate, but I very much doubt that, my friend. When is the merch on sale? The merch is already on sale, my friend. People have already bought it. Big up the ones that have bought it. The link's in the description, leegunnerworld.com. Go check it out. If you are on level 3 membership, you get 20% off every single order for life of the membership. So go and check that out. If you're not on a membership, DM me and I'll give you a discount code, 10%. How's that? See, I'm good to you guys. Great video on the average salary. Keep it up, bro. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Aaron, for that. Yeah, it just winds me up. The average salary thing it's 92 grand a week average per player. And that is just ridiculous. Our average is 92 grand a week. And when you compare that to Chelsea, it's exactly the same. Chelsea are miles better. It's just very funny. You're very negative. I like it. No, I'm not negative. I'm realistic, mate, and honest. People don't like either most of the time. Some old dude was talking shit about you. Bruv, if I had £1 for every time somebody on the internet was talking shit about me, I'd be a very rich guy right now. And do you know what? I said this yesterday. 90% of the people, in fact, 100% of the people that speak about me on the internet, on YouTube, are jealous. It's as simple as that. They can't get the views. They can't get the subs. They can't get an audience. And I'm not trying to boast or brag because, like I say, every time I'm still a tiny dot in the community. But compared to them, I'm not. And they're fucking jealous. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So they can hate as much as they want, mate. Every day when I wake up, I pull my curtains back and I look out at the swimming pool outside and 22 degrees this morning, and I sit there and think, right, I'm going to do some research today, do a stream later. I'm going to come and sit down, and they're getting up every day with a fucking hump because I'm doing that. That's their problem, mate. Yeah, I wish them all the best in life. Yeah, slag me off all you like. It ain't affecting me one bit. What do you make of the very little content put out on Arsenal's socials regarding the Dubai camp? Check their YouTube channel, only 4 videos in 2 weeks, and one was of goalkeeper training. Well, they've got their feet under the table now, haven't they? It was the same with Unai Emery. Unai Emery came in and it was bang, 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 rapid fire, video. As soon as everyone got their feet under the table, it was like, we don't need to push that anymore because they're all loving him. They're all loving him. And it was the same with Arteta. Arteta comes in every day. It was relentless. Now everyone's going, oh, Mikel, have my babies. Yeah, it's now, oh, yeah, that's sweet. We don't need to market that anymore. So, yeah, we've got everyone on side. So that's why they do it. It's all bullshit, mate. Yeah, and at the end of the day, the person who runs Arsenal's social media accounts is a fucking idiot anyway. Some of the shit he puts out there or she puts out there, Jesus fucking Christ. No, it's just ridiculous. Seriously, mate. They could pay me whatever he's getting paid or she's getting paid, and I would double the size of their accounts inside a year. Yeah, because I'd say it as it is, which is exactly why they'd never pay me that. I don't think I'd want to work for them, if I'm being honest. I love the club to bits, but I wouldn't work for them. I'd probably get sacked inside a week. But yeah, the person who runs their socials is a fucking idiot. Absolute idiot. Yeah, he or she is either very young, yeah, or just cottoned on to the fuckboy fanboy mentality. Every time a picture, oh my God, Jesus Christ, the fucking comments. Yeah, a picture Arsenal posted on Instagram yesterday of Mesut Ozil and put M10. Yeah, of him smiling. The fucking state of the comments. Oh, we love you. Oh, I can't wait for you to fly up the assist charts. Oh, Mesut. Oh, Mesut. The people, have they watched him this season? But why did Arsenal do that? Why did Arsenal put a picture of Mesut Ozil out and not a picture of, I don't know, say Aubameyang? Because they know that it's going to get more traction on that than it is on any other player that they put out. Nothing to do with the fact he's been pony all season and done nothing. But if they put one out of Aubameyang, or if they put one out of Hector Bellerin, or they put one out of Guendouzi, it's going to get nowhere near the likes on it and the comments and the traction on it, which goes towards advertisers that want to come and advertise their stuff with Arsenal, because Arsenal can say, oh, look, we're doing this in conjunction with this, and it's a paid partnership, and then it goes on Instagram, and then they get paid for it. So the higher their traction and analytics are, the bigger the money is for them coming in. So they're going to put Mesut Ozil out there, aren't they? Yeah, but they shouldn't be, because it should be, let's put out there what's relevant. He ain't fucking relevant because he ain't been for 3 years. So we need to move away from that and go with something else. But they won't. Like I said, all these little things that I spoke about across this are why this club is fucking in the gutter. And until they change one by one each thing, we're always going to be 5th to 10th. I've accepted it. So yeah, when everybody else does, we might be a little bit better in terms of a fan base. Hey, Lee, I'm looking at this Newcastle game as a must win. What do you think? Love you, bro. Thank you, Hugh. Hope you're good, buddy. Well, is it a must win? Mate, we could finish 17th in the league this season. Yeah, and 3/4 of this fan base has suck Arteta off anyway. So it don't make no difference, mate. It genuinely don't make no difference. To me, every game's a must win. To these players, I don't think it is. And to the club, right now, I don't think it is. We're going to lose against the Toon, says Raul. Maybe not. I don't know. We're going to get retailed. Mate, listen, I've worked in sales and marketing my whole adult life. Yeah, in fact, since I was 16, I worked in sales and marketing. I know exactly what Arsenal are doing. Yeah, I know exactly what some of these players say and why they're saying it. Yeah, I can read body language and I can read between the lines. Yeah, I've done it my whole life. Yeah, and you have to think smarter than somebody else when you're in sales and marketing. So when they come out with all this crap, they are not fooling me. Yeah, they might fool the 14-year-old boy who wants to put his Mesut Ozil pajamas on and whack one out to Wenger every night. Cool, you can do that. You ain't fooling me. Players are scared. We need tough players. Well, apparently, Unai Emery, who's been the butt of all the jokes recently, because he's actually come out and had some bollocks to come out and slag some of these players off. Didn't have the bollocks to drop them, mate. No, but yeah, he's actually come out and said it. Well, Unai Emery actually wanted Fabinho. He also wanted Thomas Partey, but this club went, nah, we'll give you Dani Ceballos, mate. At least he eats paella and drinks Estrella. But it's all right. He's a fucking legend, isn't he? Yeah, seriously. I swear. Anyway, on that note, I am going to get myself out of here because I do need to cook some dinner. I think I'm going to have a nice little bit of salmon, a little bit of veg, some nice boiled potatoes. Yeah, I think I might cook that up. I will be back at 9 o'clock. Hopefully. I don't think Arteta's doing this press conference today, so that must be tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be back at 9. So thank you to everybody in the chat. If you want to check out the memberships, like everybody's using their little emojis and their little green logos and that, it looks kind of sick. Feel free. The link is in the description. And yeah, happy days. Do stick a like on the video. Thank you to everybody in the chat. And yeah, I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.